They say kindness is one of the greatest virtues a person can have. That caring deeply for others is proof of a good heart. The world often celebrates the people who give the most, the ones who check on everyone, remember every small detail, and quietly carry the emotional weight of those around them. But sometimes, behind that kindness there is something more complicated. Because caring too much can slowly become a quiet burden. Not the kind anyone sees. The kind that hides in the pauses of your day, when someone's mood quietly determines your peace, when a single unanswered message begins to echo in your mind, when another person's sadness starts to feel like something you must fix. Why do some people feel responsible for everyone's emotions? Why does the mind sometimes place other people's needs above its own? And when does compassion slowly turn into emotional exhaustion? This is not simply about kindness. It is about the hidden psychology behind people who care too much. The silent habits, the invisible fears, and the emotional patterns that shape a life of constant concern. Let's begin. Some people move through life with a quiet awareness of everyone around them. They notice the subtle things. A friend who seems quieter than usual. A pause in someone's voice that sounds slightly heavier than yesterday. A message that feels colder than normal. While others might pass by these moments without thinking, their mind stops. It wonders. It analyzes. It feels. For people who care deeply, emotions in the room rarely stay outside. They seep inward, slowly blending with their own. Someone else's disappointment can linger in their thoughts long after the conversation ends. Someone's anger can feel like a storm that quietly moves inside their chest. This sensitivity can look like kindness from the outside. And often it truly is. But over time something subtle begins to happen. The line between caring about someone and feeling responsible for them begins to blur. A small worry becomes a quiet habit. If someone seems upset, the mind immediately searches for what might have caused it. Did something wrong get said? Was a message misunderstood? Was silence taken the wrong way? Slowly emotional responsibility begins to take root. Not because anyone asked for it, but because the mind quietly learned that harmony must be protected. And so the person who cares too much becomes a silent guardian of emotional balance. They smooth over tensions. They adjust their words carefully. They carry empathy like a lantern, constantly scanning the darkness for discomfort. But lanterns, no matter how bright, still burn fuel. And the more emotions someone holds for others, the heavier that invisible weight becomes. Sometimes without them even realizing it. No one is born believing they must manage the emotions of everyone around them. This pattern usually begins much earlier. Often in environments where emotional stability felt fragile. In some childhood homes, peace was unpredictable. A parent's mood could shift like weather. Calm in the morning, distant by afternoon, stormy by evening. Children growing up in such environments develop a powerful instinct. They learn to watch, to read the room, to notice the smallest signs of tension. A sigh, a glance, a shift in tone. These signals become emotional forecasts. And the child learns something quietly important. If everyone stays calm, then everything will be okay. If someone is upset, something must be done. So the mind begins training itself. It becomes attentive, careful, sensitive. Not because the child wants to carry emotional responsibility, but because doing so once helped create safety. Over time, this survival strategy becomes personality. People grow older, but the habit remains. They become the friend who checks in first. The partner who absorbs conflict. The person who notices everyone's feelings before anyone speaks. From the outside, this looks like empathy. And in many ways it is. But beneath it, there may still be an old emotional rule quietly guiding behavior. If everyone else is okay, then maybe everything will stay safe. Psychology often describes empathy as the ability to understand another person's emotional state. But for some individuals, empathy goes further. Their nervous system does not just understand emotion. It mirrors it. Research into mirror neurons suggests that certain brains respond strongly to the emotional signals of others. When someone nearby feels sadness, their brain begins reflecting that sadness internally. When tension rises in a room, their body senses it almost immediately. For highly empathetic individuals, emotional signals are not background noise. They are vivid, clear, almost impossible to ignore. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling the invisible tension in the air. Or sensing disappointment in someone's voice even when they say everything is fine. This constant emotional scanning can become automatic. The brain quietly asks if everyone is okay. If someone is hurt. If something shifted. While this ability allows deep understanding of others, it also creates a challenge. Because the brain begins treating other people's emotions as information that must be processed. And sometimes solved. Over time, the mind becomes like a radar, constantly searching for emotional disturbances. Most people switch this radar off when they rest. But for people who care too much, the radar rarely sleeps. And when emotional signals are always being received, the mind rarely feels fully at ease. Behind excessive care, there is sometimes a quieter emotion hiding beneath the surface. Fear. Not loud fear. Not panic. But a gentle, persistent concern. The fear of being misunderstood. The fear of disappointing someone. The fear of being seen as selfish. When someone grows up learning that harmony must be maintained, kindness can slowly become tied to identity. Being helpful becomes part of who they are. Being understanding becomes expected. And slowly a subtle belief forms. If someone is upset with me, something must be wrong with me. This belief makes boundaries difficult. Because saying no can feel like breaking an invisible contract. Expressing personal needs can feel uncomfortable. Choosing oneself can feel selfish. So the person continues caring. Continues adjusting. Continues absorbing. Not only because they want to help, but because part of them quietly fears what might happen if they stop. Would people feel hurt? Would relationships change? Would they still be valued? And so kindness becomes not just an act of compassion, but sometimes a shield protecting against rejection. Caring deeply is not the problem. But caring without emotional boundaries slowly drains the mind. Over time, emotional caretakers begin to notice a strange feeling. Fatigue. Not physical tiredness, but emotional heaviness. They listen to everyone's problems. They offer support. They remain patient. Yet sometimes they return home feeling empty. As if parts of themselves were quietly given away throughout the day. Because every emotion absorbed leaves a small mark. Every conflict mediated takes energy. Every worry carried for someone else uses mental space. And when this happens long enough, a quiet question can appear inside the mind. Who is caring for the person who cares for everyone? But this question is often pushed aside. Because emotional caretakers are used to being the support system, not the supported one. So the cycle continues. Kindness. Concern. Responsibility. Until the mind begins to feel stretched thin. Like a well that has given water for years without anyone noticing it slowly running dry. Eventually something changes. Not suddenly, but slowly. Perhaps one day someone realizes how much time they spend worrying about things they cannot control. Or they notice how often they apologize for emotions that are not theirs to fix. Sometimes the realization arrives during a quiet moment. A small pause where the mind asks a question it has avoided for years. Why does everyone else's happiness feel like my responsibility? This moment can feel confusing. Because caring deeply has always felt like the right thing to do. It has shaped friendships, relationships, identity. But awareness introduces a new possibility. Maybe caring does not have to mean carrying everything. Maybe empathy can exist without emotional sacrifice. Maybe concern does not require self-erasure. These thoughts do not immediately change old habits. But they begin loosening the chains of emotional over-responsibility. Because awareness is often the first step toward balance. Balanced empathy looks different. It still notices emotions, still listens, still understands. But it recognizes something important. Every person is responsible for their own emotional world. Caring about someone does not mean carrying their entire storm. It means standing nearby without stepping into the rain for them. For people who once cared too much, this shift can feel unfamiliar. At first, boundaries feel uncomfortable. Silence after saying no can feel strange. Letting someone solve their own problem may feel unnatural. But slowly the mind begins to understand something new. Compassion and self-respect can exist together. Caring does not lose its beauty when it includes oneself. In fact, it becomes stronger. Because a heart that protects its own energy has more to give in the long run. And empathy that includes self-awareness becomes sustainable. Not draining. Not overwhelming. Just quietly human. People who care deeply often carry one of the rarest human traits. Emotional awareness. The ability to see beyond words. To feel the unspoken. To understand pain that others may overlook. This is not weakness. It is a powerful form of perception. But like any powerful ability, it must be guided with care. Because empathy without boundaries becomes exhaustion, while empathy with balance becomes wisdom. And the world still needs people who feel deeply. People who notice subtle emotions. People who care. The difference is learning that caring does not require disappearing. It does not require sacrificing your peace. It simply requires remembering that your emotional world matters too. And when someone learns that their kindness no longer feels heavy, it becomes something lighter. Something steady. Something strong. If parts of this reflection felt familiar, if something quiet inside you recognized these patterns, then you are not alone. Many people move through life carrying emotional responsibility that was never meant to be theirs. Not because they are weak, but because they learned to care deeply in a world that often overlooks quiet sensitivity. Sometimes simply recognizing this pattern is the beginning of a gentler relationship with yourself. A reminder that your emotions matter too. If you would like to continue exploring these quiet psychological patterns, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. This channel is meant to be more than content. It is a space where the hidden corners of the human heart are explored with patience, curiosity, and understanding. And if you feel comfortable, you can share your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes one honest reflection helps someone else realize they are not alone in what they feel. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve gentleness.